What's up, weirdo? Shade Tree Surgeon here. Winter is coming to Florida. It's supposed to get down to 30 degrees tonight. So before it does, because I just got back from a very cold trip, I'm gonna go for a rip here in Florida on the Attack Chopper. Today, I'm riding very much not a touring bike and not a good bike for the cold, but a perfect bike for Florida winters. The Raffle chopper that Birch is giving away to benefit people who've been affected by the hurricanes here in Florida who've lost everything, especially around this Christmas season. It's really, really rough. So let's go ahead and hop on this thing and take that bike to see some bikes that are very much not like that bike. Well, you know, different and the same. You know how it goes. Hell yeah. Baby, Attack Chopper is right. God, it just feels so right and so wrong to be on a chopper that's this fast. This stripped down thing with the 114 and these fishtails, this bike rips. And if you guys didn't know, we're raffling this bike off. We're giving it away. All the proceeds, 100% of the proceeds of this is going to benefit people who've been affected by the hurricanes here in Florida. One of those things where the hurricanes come through, it just kind of goes out of everybody's mind after they're gone, you know what I mean? Whoa, buddy, I'm glad this chopper's got good brakes, baby. That's not normal for a chopper, but it was good right there. Having a chopper that can go and stop, that's pretty different. Anyway, as I said, you can win this chopper. Bert donated this chopper. It's one he had built. Well, I call it Attack Chopper. You call it what you want. A lot of people will call it a bobber. I'm not too big on giving it names. All I know is it's got flames, it's loud, it's fast, and I like it. Bert had this built because he wanted a Milwaukee 8 chopper, and he decided to donate it to the cause and is raffling it off with 100% of the proceeds going to benefit everybody who's been affected by the hurricanes, people who have lost everything. As I was saying earlier, people tend to forget about this. It's out of the news cycle, and all of a sudden they're going like, oh, well, everything's good after the hurricane. No, it's not. There are thousands upon thousands of people out there who've lost every single belonging they have. They've lost their homes, people have lost their lives, people have lost fathers, brothers, children. It is absolutely heartbreaking to see, especially coming up here on Christmas, man. You can make a difference because this is, yeah, the tickets are $20 for this, but that's $20 that you know ain't hitting any branches on the way down. That's $20 that's gonna go directly into somebody's hand because the money that goes into this raffle, it's not just getting donated to Red Cross or some sort of like nameless, faceless charity corporation that has a bunch of secretaries and treasurers and presidents and CEOs. No, nobody's taking any of this money, and it's getting put in directly into the hands of the people who need it. There's going to be an unpaid group of people who decide who needs the money and where it goes, and then people are going to get checks in their hands. So you might say, what does my $20 do besides give me a spot to win this motorcycle and also a 100 horsepower Sportster? And also, by the way, we're giving away 3 fully paid fishing trips where we'll fly somebody down, whoever wins it. You'll fly down here to Florida. Hopefully it's somebody from way up north so they can escape that winter for a weekend. Go on a deep sea fishing trip with me, Bert, Cammy, Shay Lisi, and David from Forgotten Angels. Go out, see if we can't catch some sharks or something crazy out here in the Florida seas, man. If you've never been deep sea fishing, that's a wild experience. We're giving away 3 of those trips, this motorcycle, and a 100 horsepower Sportster is being built into a tracker. We're gonna do a video on that soon. But that $20, it does a lot more than just enter you to win these things. Directly help somebody. That $20, that's a tank of gas. That $20, that's somebody's meal. That $20, it makes a difference. Not like when you're throwing $20 at the Red Cross and maybe like $1.50 or $20 actually makes it to help somebody. No, man, you can feel good about this one. And I will tell you, especially around Christmas, with so many families here a little farther south in Florida who are either living in a FEMA trailer or living in a hotel room, having lost their homes, all their possessions, lost family members. I can't even imagine what Christmas looks like for a lot of these people. So yeah, you could win an awesome chopper. Yeah, you could win a trip down here to Tampa to go fish and ride motorcycles and party with me, Shay Lisi, and Cammy Bay. But what you will for sure do, even if you don't get any of those things, is you will do something to directly help somebody and directly change somebody's life. You can guarantee that. I'll have a link down below if you want to enter the raffle. We've only got a couple months left on it. We're going to start pull in those people who won the fishing trips here pretty soon. We're going to pull those in between so they won't go all the way to the end. First, we've won the first fishing trip here in a couple weeks. We're going to be flying somebody down, like straight up, all expenses paid. Come on down here. You get to party with us. Take a break from your winter. With that ice storm that's heading up north, I'm sure some of y'all up there could use a little bit of a break. I'll have a link down below if you guys want to check it out. As we say, this is bad people doing good things, baby. Let's gamble for a good cause. But today's not all about the chopper and it's not all about the raffle. I'm doing my usual cold call up to Bert's. Let's see what kind of used bikes they got on the floor for us today. Today I'm specifically looking for the opposite of this bike. You know, we're looking for a full dress touring bike because as it gets colder, it's nice to have a fairing and a windshield. And so we're gonna go check out and see what the cheapest touring motorcycles we can find at Bert's Barracuda is. Oh, so crazy to not see the flag up there. I imagine they got it down because this crazy wind that's whipping up. Anyway, let's see what old Bert's Barracuda's got cooking for us today. Well, trust me, guys, there is a whole line of brand new 2022 touring bikes up here at Bert's. Well, I do love this green. I don't know if I've seen the Road Glide in this green like this, but I really dig it. And if you can afford one of these brand new bikes, that's good for you, man. Buy one. They're freaking awesome. But we're going to be looking at something that's a little more in my price range today. Technically, I cheated a little bit because I actually saw these bikes. I was up here yesterday picking up the chopper, the giveaway chopper, and I saw these bikes yesterday and I didn't have my camera stuff with me. I was like shocked that they're even still here today. Literally, I could not believe what the prices were on these things, especially full-size touring bikes. All right, well, we're going to go check out the cheapest touring bikes here. If you're interested in one of these bikes, make sure you come up here and see my girl, Harley Girl 03. Make sure you follow her on Instagram and check her out. Ask her to show you some of these touring bikes out there. As you can see, she definitely knows probably a lot more than I do, if I'm being completely honest here. I don't know much. I just like bike. But if you want the full scoop, that's who you got to talk to. There's 4 bikes that caught my eye. This 2000 FL for $9,900. They ain't giving it away, but it's a 103 twin cam. It's got apes on it, exhaust on it, it's got the Vance and Hines, so a lot of stuff that you would already do to the bike already. I mean, if you don't like apes, then you have to spend money taking them off, but if you're into apes, hey man, the bar is already done for you, and doing bars on a Harley, that'd be a couple $1,000s. $9,900 for that bike, that's the full deal, man. That's the limited or the ultra or whichever one it is, the big boy right there. That was probably like a 38, 35, I don't know, but over a $30,000 bike when it was brand new, man. This Street Glide right here, well, I guess it's technically a limited because it's still got like the full dress touring, man. This Street Glide right here for $10,900. We got that. I mean, we've got a cheaper one. There's one here that's under $7,000, which for a full dress Harley Davidson touring bike is insane. The fact that there's 4 bikes sitting out here right now that are full dress, ultra classic, limited, whatever it is, with everything on them that are $10,000 and under, or one of them's under $7,000, is absolutely insane. That just blows my mind. I don't ever see prices like this. They must be trying to blow out some of this used inventory right before the new year. Oh, your game. Enough yakking though. I want to see what you get for these prices. Let's ride these things around. Of course, I had to test the most affordable one first because that's the one that interests me the most. For $6,500, 6,500 bones, baby. This is what you get: an 03 Electra Limited. I'm not sure. Ultra Classic, sorry. It doesn't say anniversary on it, but 03 would have been the anniversary, which makes me wonder, since they did so many special editions for the anniversary year, if this seat actually is a standard Harley equipment or if that's aftermarket. Either way, I think it looks freaking awesome. Let's see what $6,500 gets you in the Harley touring world. Well, it's an 03, so this should be, yeah, it is fuel injected. It's a twin cam. I believe it should be an 88. I know that some of the touring models, they put 96s in them, but I think it's probably an 88 cubic inch twin cam, which they run forever. That frickin' takes right off, baby. For $6,500, you could do much worse. Oh, dude, that fucking sounds great, man. I love these 88s. They're not exactly speed demons, but the acceleration just feels so effortless on them. It just feels so good to just roll into the throttle. Get that big inch V twin hand of God push behind you, you know what I mean? But what I truly love about these early twin cams, and pretty much any twin cam honestly, is just the rebuildability factor. You can have this bike literally forever. Every single thing on this bike, everything on it is absolutely replaceable. The engine's rebuildable. It really is just an heirloom bike. And you know, somebody else already got a lot of great use out of it, and it still looks like somebody took care of it because it's still a really good looking bike for how old it is. Sitting on it right now, I wouldn't hesitate to ride this thing across the country. That doesn't really mean that much because I'd ride just about anything across the country. I mean, come on, man. You just hop on this thing, $6,500, Harley touring bike. Shoot, boy. You can barely buy a brand new bike for $65. This isn't even the cheapest Harley Davidson at Birch right now, but it's definitely the cheapest touring Harley Davidson at Birch right now, and maybe even the cheapest big twin as well. $6,500, man, it's hard to get into a big twin, at least a twin cam big twin. It's pretty hard to get into one for under $6,500 anyway. Oh, what a difference between riding the chopper and this, though. This, like, wind is just completely off my chest right now. What I think is also really crazy about this bike is that, you know, the Ultra Classic, Limited, all these bikes, they always kind of... Oh, yeah, that moves just fine, dude. That is just freaking fine. What an awesome bike, dude. Great sound, too. I love that it's kind of muted when you're not on it, so when you're going highway speeds, you don't have to listen to this horrible drone, but then when you get on it, you know, you got some noise. I dig that. Oh, yeah. As I was saying, though, the crazy thing about these Harley touring bikes is, of course, like, its direct competitor would be the Goldwing. Usually, you can buy a Goldwing for way cheaper than you can a Harley touring bike if it's from, like, the 80s or the early 90s. But I'll tell you, $6,500 for this bike, you could not buy a 2003 Goldwing for $6,500. Wild to me that you have a Harley Davidson full dresser that's cheaper than a Goldwing. That is crazy. Them 2000s Goldwings really held their value a lot better than the older ones did, though. Dude, even just being on this thing for a second makes you want to... it makes you just want to take off, man. Bro, like, and this always happens. I'm like, damn, $6,500? This is like within my price range, even. You know what I mean? Or I'm just like, damn, it'd be nice. I mean, I got my Goldwing, though. But man, this is a lot nicer than my 80s Goldwing. That is for damn sure. I love my 1500, my Geo 1500, but this is a 2003. This is a much nicer motorcycle than my old GL is. That's for damn sure. A whole hell of a lot easier to work on, too. You guys are lucky. Usually I do these videos and they come out like a week later. You know, the deals, like, they go fast, dude. You got to call and freaking get them. People buy them from out of town because people see my videos from all over the place. So they'll, like, come in from out of town. People fly in and ride the motorcycles home. That happens all the time. But since it's Christmas weekend, I'm going to release this video not on Sunday because they're closed on Christmas, but I'm releasing it Monday, and they'll be closed on Christmas. This is going to come out first thing Monday morning. You guys will actually get a chance to buy these. Like, the video will be coming out the same day, and they'll still be available, which is, sometimes that doesn't happen. I always do the one I like the most first, and damn, dude, this is like a hell of a deal, though. 6,500 bones, man. You could do a whole hell of a lot worse. That's nice, though. It's so nice to ride around. It feels so good. Not perfect, of course. It's fucking 2003, but $6,500 for a full dress touring Harley. You ain't getting perfect. All right, let's try old boy with the bad boy apes here. If you don't like apes, you'd have to spend money to do something different. But if you do like apes, freaking like probably like $1,500 to get ape hangers like that put on one of these bikes. This guy, 2011 FL. Is that a limited ultra? It's got all the extra chrome on it, which I really like. $9,900 for this one. Dude, I absolutely love the bag protectors on this thing. Reminds me of Goldwing style, baby, you know? Which some guys won't like all the chrome racks and stuff like that, but personally, I love them. Now, I probably wouldn't want the ape hangers, but a lot of guys would. So, for me, if I got this one, $9,900, I would be spending money to put different bars on it. But that's just me, baby. All right, well, that's enough staring at all the chrome, which I love. God, I love that. Let's see how the thing rides. I guess these apes ain't that bad. I've definitely ridden worse, that's for sure. Ooh, this has got some exhaust on it. Now, this is a newer one, man. This ain't even a 96. This is straight up a 103, baby. 103 freaking Street Glide, Ultra Limited, Classic Ultra, whatever they are. Full dresser. That's what I always say. It's a full dresser. And really a full dresser with all that chrome on it, man. Somebody spent some money on this bike. Woo-hoo, baby. That's got a beat. I can dance to it. You know, it's crazy that this is the same engine as the 88 because it feels like it's got so much more get up and go. The 88 ain't no slouch, you know. It still feels like the hand of God, but the 103, maybe the 103 rips. Well, they meant it with this exhaust on this thing, didn't they? These apes are not as bad as I thought they were going to be, man. They're actually fairly comfortable. I thought they were just going to be like wildly uncomfortable. They're not bad at all. They're on the glide, so they got plenty. You can't feel like almost a single vibration once you're going. Now, when you're at a stoplight, you feel that vibration, you feel that engine working. But once you're going, you don't feel a thing. Which is what you want from a touring bike, I promise you. By 2011, they had the updated frame too. They finally updated that old FL frame. And man, they made it I'll tell you, the older ones are great. I keep looking at Evo Road Kings. Man, when they updated this frame and made it bigger, like if you're a bigger guy, so much more room for activities on this thing. This bike is freaking awesome, man. It's wild to me. These prices are just insane. I'm not saying that I don't have to say anything about Burt's. Burt's Barracuda is just, it's a really cool dealership because they keep stuff like this around. A lot of other places, they just send bikes off to auction. The general public doesn't get a chance at them, which I think is kind of lame, you know? They just end up going to auction and somebody snaps them up, where Burt's goes, nah, man, we'll put them out on the floor, dude. We'll keep them there. That way somebody has a chance to buy one. And I'm sure this is probably like basically what they gave the guy as a trade-in. Now, Burt's does that all the time, dude. They'll do like a basically not make any money on the bikes, but still have them there for people, which I think that's pretty damn cool. You know, obviously the hope is that you're a return customer because they gave you an awesome deal, which most people are because it's an awesome dealership. But, you know, that's your call. I just like that these are available there, and you don't see this used selection at almost any other Harley-Davidson dealership. The apes are a lot more comfortable than I expected, but I'd probably go back to regular bars, and I might put a little quieter exhaust on it too, but you know, when you're in town ripping, having these ape hangers and that loud exhaust, it's going to be pretty badass, dude. This is a sick bike. I guess if you're on the highway munching miles, you just turn the radio up and it'll drown out the exhaust. That way it's not droning in your ear. There's always a way around it, right? This thing just cruises, baby. This is like perfect for colder days too, with these the things in front of your legs, the lower fairings, man. I mean, I still feel the wind on my chest and my head a little bit, but just enough to let me know it's there, man. These Street Glide fairings really are something else. It goes, it stops. It's just $9,000. What do you want? Full dress Harley that was probably a $30,000+ bike when it was brand new. $9,000. That's wild to me. And it's still a twin cam. You could order this entire engine aftermarket, not a Harley one. You could order every single part to build this engine from like 6 different companies, none of them being Harley Davidson. This bike is 100% rebuildable. They made so many of them. And some people are like, oh man, a black Street Glide. Well, if you have a motorcycle that they made a ton of, that's a motorcycle that's way easier to keep on the road forever. Oh yeah, baby. This goes Raymond speed, no problem at all. Yeah, when Harley updated this frame, did the 103, kind of did like, this was like the pinnacle of the twin cam. And it really shows, man. Those last years of the twin cam before the Milwaukee 8 took its place, it's essentially the best twin cam you can buy. And now you can buy it for under $10,000. It's still, like, I know I keep saying it's blown me away, and it sounds like I'm a shill, but to me, that's really insane, man. I don't see those prices anywhere else. Like, I dare you to find another bike that looks this nice, a 2011, that looks this good with this many accessories, that's under $10,000. I really doubt you're going to be able to do it, which is why people fly down and ride home or trailer them home. People do it all the time. I hear it constantly. I'll put out these videos and people go like, that deal just does not exist where I live. And it doesn't. Like I said, which is why people are flying down here, driving down here to buy these bikes from Burt's, because he won't send them to auction. You know, it's easy. That's what most dealerships do. They send them straight to auction. But Burt sits there and he'll sell them like basically for what he paid for them, just to give someone a deal. Baby, I just like bike, man. We're doing nothing but riding just dad jeans. You know, what do you call these? Not dad jeans, dad jorts. these comfy touring bikes, but. You know, you can't help but fall in love with them when you're riding them around, man. This bike is nice. Now, a lot of people are going to love that loud exhaust, but I'm telling you, I mean, I do love it too. Don't get me wrong. I might want something a little quieter if I'm touring on the thing, you know? But then I'm like, damn, dude, that doobie sounding good, man. That doobie making potatoes here. I do like that. No, I do like the sound it makes. That'd be hard for me to give up, because like around town you'd be like, damn, that sounds so freaking good though. Oh man, I like a motorcycle that makes a cool sound though. Come on, baby. All right, let's put away the chrome bad boy for $9,000. Chromed out switch housings, bad boy ape hangers, lots of freaking trim on this guy for 9 G's. But we got a couple more bikes to test ride. This is definitely like the bad daddy bike, all right? Yeah, it's dad jeans. Yeah, it's a cruiser that can just munch miles, but it's a bad daddy with these apes, the pointy apes, all the chrome and stuff like that. Definitely like the weekend warrior bike. That's okay if you're a weekend warrior, all right? Those words have such a bad connotation. People have to talk crap. They're like, oh, you're just a weekend warrior. Like, dude, some people only have the weekends to ride. What is exactly wrong with being a weekend warrior? I've never really understood that. Talking shit about somebody who only rides on the weekends. Like, most people work Monday through Friday and have jobs. Why would you not, like, want to, like, ride your badass Harley around on the weekends and be a weekend warrior? It doesn't make sense to me. Like, it's a weekend warrior? That sounds awesome. It's the weekend and I get to be a warrior? Like, I like the sound of that. All right. Who's next? So we got 2 more bikes for $10,000. Well, this one's $10,900, so basically $10,000, and that one's the same, $9,900. Like, holy crap, dude! Again, like I said, you don't 4 complete touring setups, total full dressers, 4 of them for $10,000 and under. That's insane. That's a 2004. And what year is this guy? This is a 2010, man. Dude, they both also both have Reinhardt exhausts. This is wild, man. I think I'm going to test ride this one, though. Another 2011. This is I like the paint job on this one a lot. I like it better than the black one, even though it's still got the chrome rails down here. I would like it to have the ones on the top, but I like this paint job better than the all black, personally. I haven't ridden it yet, but if I'm being honest, this is probably the one I would pick out of all of them. It's 2010, so it's still got the bigger frame. It's still a full dresser. It's still got most of the chrome. I'm going to see how loud those Reinhardts are, but, you know, those are the handlebars I would prefer as opposed to those ape hangers. And that silver and black, yeah, I like a little color to my paint jobs. And don't get me wrong, man, there ain't nothing wrong with all black. But when it comes to me, a little bit of metal flake and a little bit of pinstriping, that just sets it off where I'm concerned. Now, the only downgrade, I guess, would be that it's a 96 instead of a 103. But most of the time, you'd be hard-pressed to tell the difference between a 96 and a 103. I think that exhaust is going to be just as loud as the other one. Yeah, I'm not complaining that much, trust me. Ooh, I like this. The whole seat, the whole setup on this is very much like, it feels like a cop bike is what it feels like to me. Got that high commanding seat presence, which some people like to be low slung, but I'll tell you, man, being high up when you're maneuvering around cars on the highway, it has a lot of advantages, I'll tell you that. My immediate feeling on this one, I think this is my favorite one. It's the seat height too. It's got like a way comfier seat than any other ones. Now those Reinhardts sound good too, baby. Only 45,000 miles on this thing. Again, completely rebuildable anyway. But 45,000 miles on one of these full dressers like this on a 96, man. Come on, baby. You could easily put well over 100,000 miles on these things. Oh, baby, take it easy. We're just trying to exist over here. Oh, we saw a Mustang. That's what it was. Those Reinhardt. I like the way those Reinhardts sound a lot better than the other exhaust, which I think was Vance and Hines. The way I'm sitting on this bike, it feels like a cop bike, which I like, man. I like that. Makes you feel very in control. Provides better balance. Like, everyone's like, oh, you got to keep the weight down low and stuff like that. Well, yeah, that helps if you're very short. But I like sitting up high on a bike because, you know, it's the difference between trying to balance a 2-inch stick on your palm and a 6-inch stick on your palm. You know, it's so much easier to balance a 6-inch stick, and it's the same thing with motorcycles. You got kind of this commanding seat position. It's easier to balance it. It makes it at least feel more maneuverable, even if it isn't. But feeling better is half the battle. To me, it's confidence inspiring to sit up a little bit. I really like this bike. This is the one, I'm pretty sure. Of course, I like the most expensive one, but the most expensive one by like a few $100. Like, come on, let's be realistic. I don't know if it's just because I like it more, but I'll tell you, this 96 actually, it feels faster than that 103. Although you never know what they have done to them. It could be that the exhaust is better. It could have cams. You never really know with these things. Or unless they have service records for it, which I did not ask for. Either way, even if it isn't faster, you would be hard-pressed to tell the difference between those two motors. I really like this motorcycle. If I had to pick one today, this would be it. For 10 grand, man. 2010, 96-inch twin cam, full dress touring. Reinhardt quiets down, too, when you're not on it. Like those other ones, I think they're Vance and Hines, they're pretty much loud all the time. This, you could tour with the pipes that are on this bike now. It's just crazy how much more I like this one. It's the seat and the bars. That's got to be what it is. I just really like the seat and bar combo. The ape hangers, that's definitely Bad Daddy style, but with these, you can kind of get over them. You can definitely be like a little more aggressive with these bars when they're like this. And with the high seat in comparison, you can kind of just like lean over it and do, like I said, like it feels like a cop bike when they do all those crazy maneuvers and all those figure eights. Not that I can do that stuff, but it's got that feel like it'd be really good at that kind of crap. And that exhaust, just at cruise here at 60 miles an hour, that exhaust just kind of fades away, which is a good thing. It's a good thing for a touring bike. Yeah, I like that. I like the way that exhaust sounds so much better. The fact that it quiets up when you're in top gear cruising, I can dig it, baby. This is the one for me. 10 G's, probably like $28,000, $30,000 motorcycle, brand new, 40,000 miles, 10 grand. And the thing is about Harley Davidsons, and everyone goes like, well, don't ever finance anything. Don't buy it unless you got the cash for it. Well, I mean, I get why people say that, but at the end of the day, I mean, you only live once, baby. You only get to YOLO one time ever. So what would you rather do? Save and scrape your pennies until you're freaking 75 years old and buy a bike cash? Or finance a bike and enjoy the fuck out of it? Life is temporary. Money and wealth is an illusion. Buy the motorcycle and make yourself happy, goddammit. That's a cool thing about used Harleys at a Harley Davidson shop is it's really easy to finance them there. They will finance a used bike and they'll give you such a good rate on it because it's a Harley Davidson. Now you can still finance metric bikes too, but you won't get near as good a rate on a metric bike as you will get on a Harley. Harley finances just about anybody. It's a lot easier to get a loan for a Harley than you might think. Now I'm not saying to do something foolish and take out something you can't afford, but if your credit ain't perfect, you might be shocked at what you can get at a Harley Davidson store, especially Burt's, because they'll work for you there. That's definitely the seat for it on this one. If you're under 5'10", might have a little trouble with it, but if you're 5'10" and up, if you're a tall guy, you are really gonna like this seat. Me, and personally, I'm 5'12" and a half. You know, it's an important half, all right? I love it. I can still flat-foot it, and I think somebody who's 5'10" probably could almost flat-foot it. Anything under that, you're gonna be on your tippy toes, but I love it, dude. I like being up high on a motorcycle. Definitely doesn't have the steez of the Bad Daddy bagger. You know, I think I'll trade this comfort and the lower exhaust note for a little bit of steez, but don't let me feel bad if you'd rather have the apes, the chrome, and the loud exhaust. I ain't trying to make you feel bad here. I'm just saying what I would pick. This is too dangerous. I gotta get off this bike. I really, really like this motorcycle. A lot, man. I'm just like on it. I can just feel how effortless touring would be on this thing. And I'm like, oh my God. And I keep thinking like, yo, I could probably own this motorcycle for like $100 a month. I gotta get off this thing. Besides, I can't be buying up all the deals. I gotta leave some. I gotta leave some for you guys. Oh, look at that. Ryber's Employee of the Month. My man. Make sure you say what's up to Ryber. When I first started making these videos, Ryber was the salesman that was my friend, and I always hung out with him when I was here, and I always put him in my videos, and no one ever bought a bike from him. It was like people came in and got the bikes and mentioned the videos sometimes, but they never bought one from Ryber. Well, he's in finance now, so he'll help you out there. Not that he wasn't a good sale. He's very likable. I mean, I always freaking liked him, but I don't know, man. It just never worked out for him. But luckily, he had a good sense of humor about it, you know? All right, obviously there's a ton more used bikes just than these ones that I reviewed, and there's ones obviously even cheaper, like the Sportster's $2,500. Definitely ones that are cheaper than the ones I just was riding around, but I like to theme them. I'm just like, okay, today's theme, especially since there's so many, is going to be cross-country touring full dresser bikes with chrome on them. That's today's theme, and just so happens that I can theme a video, and Burt's has 4 motorcycles under 10 grand that are just like
absolutely smoking insane deals. All right, we're leaving, but we never leave without getting a warm hug from our girl Beth here, who is one of the facilitators of everything that happens around here and all the good times. So you come by here, make sure you say what's up to her.
Always, always. Merry Christmas, guys.
Time to kiss the comfort of the dad baggers goodbye. Get back on the attack chopper. You know, I'm still finding little to complain about. That's for damn sure. Someone is going to get a really cool motorcycle. This thing freaking, I'm going to be sad to see it go. Happy to see it go too, only because like sometimes I get stressed out like I'm going to scratch it or something, but it shouldn't matter. It was designed to be a rider. It wasn't designed to be a show bike. It was designed to be a ripper, something that you ride every day. I mean, with this seat, maybe not ride across the country, but definitely a ground pounder, baby. Something that you really can go out and ride the wheels off of it. That is not a sound I'd get tired of. If you call up for those bikes or you walk in here and you're looking for one, like I said, the video's going to be coming out Monday, right when they're reopening up again after Christmas, so call fast if you're going to try and get one of those. And if you live out of town or something like that, they can get you financed over the phone. Make sure to tell them the Shade Tree Surgeon sent you to get the best price and the best deal, and make sure you get taken care of the right way. You know what I mean? Now, I don't get anything for that. I don't get a commission. I get nothing like that. So that's not me asking you to tell them Shade Tree Surgeon sent you because I'm going to get like a check for you saying that. I don't get commission off sold bikes here. I just want to make sure that the people I send there, the weirdos from Shade Tree Army, I just want to make sure that they get taken care of as best I can. I'll have to go down and visit Black Widow again soon because I know they always got crazy deals down there too. It's down south, so for all you guys in Miami, Port Charlotte, Sarasota, that's a lot closer to you guys, but it's about 100 miles from me. And I certainly wouldn't be riding the attack chopper there. I mean, I guess you could. There's no reason you couldn't. Riding something that looks like this, but like handles well, goes fast, and stops good, it just is such a fun feeling. And I wasn't sold on it when I first looked at it. Like, it took a little time for it to grow on me. And people are split right down the middle. Some people just think this is the baddest thing that's ever been built. And some people absolutely hate it. I didn't hate it when I first kind of saw it, but it didn't really make me feel anything. Then I started riding this thing around. I'm like, okay, I love this bike. This bike rocks. Fat Bob Chopper, like, yes, please. I like it. Oh man, $20 is gonna win somebody a pretty damn cool motorcycle, that's for sure. And even if the $20 doesn't win you a party trip down here to Tampa to fish and ride motorcycles with us and have a good time, and even if it doesn't win you this badass chopper, even if it doesn't win you the 100 horsepower Sportster tracker, I mean Evo tracker, we're building that one for the end of the line, for the death of the Evo Sportster. We're gonna build a badass tracker. They're building it down at Black Widow, so I gotta come down there and take a look at it. It's going to be a hell of a motorcycle. Even if you don't win all that, and there's a lot of stuff to win this time around, you can feel good about that $20 going somewhere. You can feel real good about that. We're having our fun. I'm having my laughs. We're riding motorcycles and having a good time. We're coming up here right literally like the day before Christmas Eve. There's a lot of people out there who are staring the holidays in the face right now after having lost everything, sitting around in hotel rooms with their kids who probably still don't quite understand why they can't sit around their Christmas tree at their house, why they're not with their friends, why they have family members missing, why they don't have anything now. It breaks your freaking heart, man. This is the real cost of hurricanes down here. Like I said, the news cycle forgets about them. They love to pump them up. It's great for the news cycle. All these news channels, when a hurricane's coming, it's big news. They just love it. They make all this money off of it. And then the minute the hurricane's over, they fucking forget about everyone. They leave, and they don't do another report on it. Meanwhile, there are still thousands, tens of thousands of people who have lost everything. And they could use our help, man. You can do good in this world. That's what I always say, man. This is the whole bad people doing good things concept, man. This is chaotic good. There's so many people out there who think that they can't make a difference at all, that they just go, the problems are so huge, I might as well do nothing at all. I can't make a difference. Oh, I'm sitting here and telling you right now that you can. Even $20 makes a gigantic difference because it's going directly into the hands of somebody who needs it, not into the pockets of some goddamn bureaucrat, some pencil pusher, frickin' penny pincher. It ain't going there. It's going directly into the hands of the people who are suffering. You can feel good about that one. And I guess I'm kind of leaving it on a somber note coming into Christmas, but you know, my Christmases are easy. I'll end up spending it with Dave and Cindy, and I'll feel really good about it, and we'll spend it with some of the boys out there who probably are really missing their families, and But lucky for them, they have an adoptive family in us. It's pretty good for me. You know, it's not bad at all. Maybe that's just how good I have it. It makes me think about everybody else who is really suffering this Christmas, who's really having a hard time out there, and who doesn't get to sit down at Christmas, look around, and experience the joy that I get to do, that they have to sit down and look in the faces of their family who don't know where they're going, who don't know where their next meal is coming from, who don't know if they're ever going to live in a home again. You know, that just... I don't know. I try not to be a downer about it, but I'm not getting down about my own situation, which is what a lot of people do. They're just like, oh, boo-hoo, poor me, I don't have my family to be around, or I'm sad on Christmas. Man, there's a lot of people who got a lot worse than you do, and you can make a difference in their life, and that's something that makes me feel better around this time of year. You ought to try it. I think it might make you feel better too. There'll be a link down below. Make sure you click that, check it out, and if you got $20 to throw at it for the chance of winning something cool, and the 100% absolute certainty of doing a good thing, go ahead and throw $20 down there. And if you don't, that's okay too. You can always share it. You can share it, and it doesn't cost $1 to share it. If you tell one person about it, if you just share it to one other person, that's still amazing, and that's still doing good work that you can feel good about. Here's the feeling good over the holidays, y'all. I hope everybody out there had an awesome Christmas where you could, and I hope those who didn't have awesome Christmases, I hope that this new year, you're fighting to make it a better one. If you're one of those people who's fighting to make it better for others with me, I appreciate you. Till next time, make sure that you're chaotic good, that you're a bad person doing good things. Even scum rises to the top, baby. So keep it weird.